Hey guys, Monkey here, and I'm here today to review Transformers Legacy, Breakdown, and Wildrider. Both these guys come from the Legacy line, with Breakdown being transferred over to Legacy Evolution as well. Breakdown being Breakdown, last member of a combiner team, he was the hardest one to find. Which is funny. You would think Dragship would be the hardest one to find, considering how good of a figure they are. Or Dead End. Not a great figure, but still decent. Hell, I'd expect fucking Motormaster to be the hardest one to find. Nope. I see Breakdown being sold for double, if not at least the same price as Motormaster. And Motormaster on Amazon, I think, is still selling for his retail. So, yeah. Stuff being stuff. People like being a bunch of cunts. So, yeah. But yeah, today we have Breakdown and Wildrider. Breakdown, I got my local Target a few years ago. He is from the Legacy line, or this version I got from him was from the main Legacy line. Same with Wildrider. I got him, as you guys remember, the same day I got Knockout down there. You can't really see Knockout. He's in the shadows down there with the rest of the Decepticons, but he is there. And with that being said, let's go over the accessories before we go over the figures nice and proper. So, we start off with Breakdown's blaster. This is the only weapon Breakdown really comes with, because I do not count his spoilers or his spoiler as a weapon. Plus, if you're like me, then you want to split them and customize it to like, oh hey, you don't want it as one whole piece? Well, pow! Like that. And then we have Wildrider's two blasters with a slight purple tint to the silver that they used on the parts here. They're the same piece, not mirrored at all. It's the same gun. So yeah, they store on the figures like this, with Wildriders storing on the two ports right there. There you go. And Breakdown's not storing on the two ports that are here for his spoiler, as you can see. No, they will be stored there. The gun is actually stored under here. Like this. This piece goes right into there. And like that. Stays in there. Really good. You pull that out, you can also use it on Wildrider. Like that. It's a bit tighter on Wildrider, so be a little bit careful with that. But since we're going to be transforming them, we're just going to take them off. But before we do that, let's go over the alt modes. So, with Wildrider being the first one out of the two, we have this lovely... I don't know, actually. It's a good vehicle mode. I just cannot for the life of me remember what it is. I like it, though. It's accurate to the cartoon model, I believe. Yeah. I'll say it's nice. I'll say I like the shade of greenish gray they used. And on camera, it doesn't look that green. But in person, if you get this guy, there's like a slight green tint to this gray plastic and paint that they used for him. If you look at the other... God, if you look at the underside, you'll see the feet and the chest and the paint for the arms. Everything else actually hides away pretty good for the underside. And we have other cases like Dragship, where it hides away really good. And others like Dead End, where the chest covers up the main parts of the arms, so it's not too obvious. Though, chest is still there. Then we also have other cases like Motormaster. You can see the arms there, but for the most part, it's not there. And then we got Starscream. Clearly legs, arms are clearly folded up, and that is just a robot chest there. But yeah, for an alt mode, that is a really clean underside. And since both share same engineering, the underside for Breakdown is exactly the same. Now, let's get into the new tooling. With Breakdown and Wildrider, Everything is exactly the same for the front. What starts to change is the back. Where Wildrider has this like swooped down effect further down into the alt mode, Breakdowns starts higher up. Since he is supposed to be a Lamborghini, Breakdowns I actually kind of remember, because everyone was freaking the hell out when it wasn't, oh my god, oh my god, he's not what he's supposed to be. And, I get it, Breakdown has wheels on his shoulders. He is clearly a different design from Wildrider. I wouldn't mind the alt modes being the same if the robot modes were different, but even then, the differences in robot mode are still not the greatest. You'll see that in a moment. But yeah, if you look at the sides, that's different sculpting here. I think this panel for the front part of the leg here is the same, is it? Yeah, that is straight up the same thing. The feet are different, though, on Breakdown's underside, as you can see. Wait, are they? Oh, yeah, they are, because we have the ports there now. Yeah. Pull these off. We'll get to see some more of that detail there. Is the backside different? Yeah, there's not a butthole in the car now. Oh, yeah, Wildrider has a butthole in his alt mode. Boom. Breakdown, you can see where they're sculpting in some light detail, though. I like that a lot. It's nice. Let's plug each one of these back in. I might just pin these in when I get more used to working with pins and stuff. But yeah, with that being said, size comparisons. Here they are compared with their other Stunticon Deluxes. All figures are good in their own rights, but some are flawed, like these. These three are flawed greatly. Dragstrip is really good, and I usually don't count trailers as part of the size comparison, but since the entire commander price for Motomaster is because he's a commander, is because he's a combiner, I'm gonna include this as part of it. If I was doing a size comparison with another truck of some sort, I'd count the trailer, but I usually don't with cars and other stuff that's not a truck. But, the routine. Yeah. Dead End and Wild... Dead End, that's the red guy. Wildrider and Breakdown. As you can see... I'm stuttering a lot today. I apologize. Yeah. As you can see, these two are exactly the same size. But, yeah, that's how they scale with Motomaster. With Motomaster still being a tad longer because of the trailer and stuff. If you get the upgrade kit, I believe that adds like about this much more in length, which is still good, Why am I taking these guys off? I'm taking this guy. I took the wrong guys off. Yeah. Oh. Sorry. Leg's starting to fall asleep. Can't let that happen. Alright, for transformation, you push on this, windshield piece. There you go. So it starts coming up. Push that down. And apply a little bit of pressure when you're snapping this in. Like that. Then you want to spread the legs. Push the arms in a bit so it doesn't scratch up the paint too bad. And then flip out the legs. Make sure that this piece is all the way out. And then close those up. And close the legs up. Straighten them out like so. Untab the legs, rotate the waist, then bring this piece back. And if you're doing this the fan mode way, you're just going to leave the backpack like this. But since I like to do it the Hasbro way, which isn't the greatest, you're going to want to splay this out like the cape, or like a cape. Pull out the arms, bend the elbows because they actually tab in a bit, which is lovely. I like that a lot. Flip out the the hands. Do the same thing for the other side. Pull out his man titties. Flip up the head. Push that in. Turn the head around. If you like to turn the head around like this, then push it in. No, you can do that. I do that, so yeah. I'm not sure if that's what you're supposed to do. I don't check the instructions. But yeah, we got Wildrider. Wildrider. How about that? Yeah. That being said, let's go into breakdown. Breakdown, if you do not modify your figure, and I don't blame you if you don't want to modify him, you want to take this whole piece off. But since I cut the two parts in half, we're doing it my way. Do the same thing you did with Wildrider, with the whole pushing this piece down and bringing it out. Open up the legs, pull these out like so, and rotate them down. Flip down the feet, split the legs. Then you have two options. You can either leave them like this, or you can rotate them down like this. This does not hinder the articulation at all, by the way. As you can see, well, actually it does a little bit. Okay, if you want a deeper knee bend, pull those off, but for the most part you're not losing too much. You know, you're still getting about your 90, so yeah. Rotate the waist. Bring the backpack out. The designers actually on their stream has his backpack like this, so you can have it like that if you want to be all official and stuff. Or, you know, you can do it like Wildrider. It looks worse on this guy because it's white, sticks out more. So, yeah, better off just to leave it closed. Do the same thing as you did with everything else. You know, flip out the hands and stuff. Pull up the head. Since I do the same thing with this guy as I do with Wildrider's head, you know, pull that out. Let's grab their weapons. Breakdown gets his blaster, and Wildrider gets his blasters. And I wanted to say something, but I forgot. So, yeah. With that being said, we got our robot modes. Breakdown will go next. But first, we'll go over Wildrider. Wildrider is based off his G1 counterpart, mostly. You know, the backpack's a bit ugly, I won't lie. Not the greatest. I'm going to compress it just for the sake of... Well, just for my sake. But if you display this guy, then, you know, do what you want. He's your figure. But, yeah. Wildrider is an alright figure. The mold is alright. It's basically just the Combiner Wars Dead End It is just the Combiner Wars Dead End mold. You know, how the arms and legs and backpack works, that... Oh my god. Oh my fucking god, it is. I just realized that. Shit. Hell, it's like Chrome Dome, if anything. Chrome Dome's mold does something very similar as well, with some changes for the sake of including the Headmaster gimmick. Now that I'm thinking about that, yeah, I just realized that transformation's been used a lot lately, huh? Not lately, but throughout that trilogy, the Prime Wars trilogy, they used that a bit. But yeah, no. With that being said, transformations. We have Wildrider's torso with these little details and greeblings. The arms have these red lining on here, or like it's pinkish, reddish. Then we have the painted red shoulders, forearm, or bicep and forearm sections. The hands are this greenish gray color. The head is actually really beautiful. I like that head a lot. Let's see. There you go. There's just useless light piping since they painted over the eyes. Okay. I hate light piping when it's done like this. When they paint over the eyes. You want to know what I like? I like chrome eyes. When it's a shade of chrome that they use for it. I love that. That's what I love. I like that type of detail. Oh. Ooh, that was a scary jump scare, huh? But yeah. We just went over his head, didn't we? Sorry, I also had to take care of some family stuff and transform the other guys for size comparisons. But yeah. Oh, okay, he's gonna fall over. Now we go over to Breakdown. This is where comparisons between the two come in. Breakdown has not only a new head, obviously, but a new torso and new waist. The front of the legs are the same. Let's see. Actually, I think that's all that's really different for the robot mode, besides the gun. Yeah, it's literally just the same guy but white. I do like the blue. I do like the blue and white color scheme though. I kind of really wish they went for that more of that cream color that we had for the old G1 figure. Like, this is really close, I'm not gonna lie, and I do like this color a lot. But the original toy had this, like, really, well, not cream, but, like, close, but a bit more white. I don't know how to describe it without sounding stupid, but this color that I really liked, there's a certain tint to it that I just loved about it. And this guy's missing that. Now, my complaints. This guy is not breakdown. The torso and head say breakdown, but then the arms don't. The arms, these wheels are supposed to end up here for the arms. The wheels are the shoulder joints for breakdown. And I don't care if, well, actually I do, because, you know, every figure needs to have an arm that goes outward. If we had a wheel at the arm and just didn't, then I was like, oh, what the fuck? I would say, hell, is it perfect for dead end? No, but it works because the wheel was dead end's shoulder for the model. Is this perfect? No. But it still works. Also, can I just say something real quickly? This goes into size comparison real soon, too. But, you know, actually, I'll talk about it in just a moment, because let's go through articulation, size comparison, then a few more comments, and that's the end. But first, yeah, articulation. Nothing really changes between the two figures besides the addition of a spoiler. So I guess we'll go over to, Wildrider. Jesus Christ. These names are not similar at all, but yet I'm getting them mixed up. We have Breakdown, Dead End, Dragstrip, Wildrider, and Motormaster. I'm getting these names mixed up like a bag of jelly beans. You know, this bean, that was not a great analysis, was it? Analogy? Analysis is what you do. Analogy, that's the word. That was not a great analogy. What the fuck does that, what is that supposed to mean? A bag of jelly beans? Alright, I'm confusing myself and you guys, I'm sorry. The head is not on a ball joint, it's on a swivel and a little, like, flap here. So if you want him to look up, you're going to have to push his head in, which is like, I don't got a neck. Yeah. Head's on a mushroom peg, so full proper swivel. Arms go out that far and up that far. Arms can go back that far, forward that far, and up that far as well. Arms have a bend, like that. There's no wrist swivel because none of them, but all of them don't have a wrist swivel except for Motormaster. Motormaster is the only one that does. We have a waist swivel, full 360. The legs can go back that far. If you do the whole cape thing that you're supposed to do with this copy of the figure, you bring that down like so, and bam. I'm not sure if that affects it, but for sake of properness, yeah. Not really. Still goes out about the same. Goes forward really well, actually. I do like that. Move the arms up to make this a bit easier. Legs can go up that far, and Jesus Christ, that's good. There's a thigh swivel there, you know. Ooh, so scary, a thigh swivel. Knee bends about that far. Straight leg, knee bends about that far. Then toe, you know, whole foot bends forward because of transformation. Then ankle pivots, you know. Woo, whoop-de-doo, look at that. And yeah. Since breakdown is the same exact thing, we don't really need to go out over that. We will go over combined mode, actually, when I'm done with comparisons. Now, what I was going to say about these guys. Look at how skinny and, like, thin they are compared to Dragstrip and... So, let's get Dead End in here. Dead End. Like, it doesn't look too bad or noticeable on camera, but you see how wide this guy's chest is and this guy's chest? Then we have this... Are you fucking... The two guys that don't have heels. That's my fault, too. I left them by the edge. Let's bring them a bit closer. Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about that in their reviews, too. Gonna have to. Come on, seriously, no ankles. No heels. Alright, let's get them all fixed up for that. Alright. As you can see, if the fucker wants to stand. Why don't you want to stand now? What the hell? Come on. Okay, you're gonna have to lean forward a little bit. Alright. Then dead end. Dead end has heels. He just has a really big backpack. Alright. Okay, perfect. Alright. Now, do you see what I'm talking about? We have this little skinny rectangle of a chest. Then we have this huge beefcake of a triangle for drag strip. Then we have a small rectangle of a chest for Wildrider, because Wildrider is a pre-tool of breakdown there. You can see that. Then we have this wide rectangle, then this little square for dead end. Then we go into Motor Master. You know, this one's expected. You know, he's a commander class. Of course he's going to be a bigger guy. You know, it's expected. Big guy, you know. Hooray. He's supposed to be that wide. It makes sense. No, that's what you should expect out of a big transformer. But then we have these two guys, so skinny and scrawny compared to these beefcakes here. These absolute hunks of plastic. Like, these guys are jacked compared to these two. Which is weird, because you think the strongest ones would be the legs, having to carry all the weight of this guy, this guy, this guy. And the brick that is Menosaur's trailer here, except for the little bit of front and the hunk of gun right there. You'd think these guys would be the biggest, you know? But yeah, let's yoink these three. That was our size comparison as well. Starscream, since, you know, a non-Stunticon size comparison. And now we go over to Menosaur. Not Menosaur, Motor Master's trailer. Start taking that shit apart. Just need one leg for example. Alright, you'll go there. This goes for both guys except for the thing here, but I'm gonna do this. So, oh yeah, I'm not gonna be doing the size comparisons for Drag Ship and Dead Ends review and Motor Masters review, because, well, size comparisons for them, yeah, but I'm not gonna use these guys for that because I'm gonna leave them in their combined mode for the main video for you. Alrighty, pull out the head, flip that around. That did not push in. There you go, now pushed in. Rotate to the back. Before you collapse that, push the arms in. And bring that down. If you did the whole leg, if you cut the spoiler in half, you should have that. Now, the official way tells you to do it like this. For the leg mode. That is ugly as all hell to me. Plus, it doesn't really work with the ankle pivot all that well. It looks a bit weird. So what I do is, I push this up. Let's pop you off so don't risk stressing anything. Bring that up and do this. Is this any better? I'm not too sure. It's more of personal preference. But to me, this looks nicer. It's collapsed. It looks decent. Not the worst, you know? Not the worst. I prefer this over really anything else for leg conversion. I don't think there's anything else you can do for a leg conversion. The official way is not bad, but I don't like it. My personal preference is to have it collapsed like this. Not only because the front part doesn't collide with this now because of me doing that, but also just... Is that... What is that? Do you guys see that as well? Like the little bit of paint on there? No, I don't care. But the way this looks, it's a lot nicer to me than having a brick or like a little slab sticking out here. So, yeah. And just for the sake of cohesion, let's do the same with Wildrider. I'm going to be finishing up the Stunticons videos today. Probably going to post them throughout the month. You know, Halloween, ooh, spooky month. You know, the usual. So, yeah. Last year was the fossilizers plus another guy, I think. This year it's going to be Stunticon themed, because why not? There you go. Push that on. As you can see, with the 2 legs like this, I feel like it looks a little bit better. You know? So it doesn't look too weird. Let's get the torso piece. Not Transforming Motor Master, but just... This also helps me get a sense of scale for when I do the proper review. And Motor Master's combined head's going to look a bit bigger. But as you can see, you can see that how it looks, It looks alright. Is it great? They don't become the arms. It's a skeleton. It's a frame for them, so that's a bit iffy for me. But for the most part, I like it. This gets me excited for the upcoming Commander Onslaught and Silverbolt that I've been hearing all about. But yeah. He's dead. Woo! I'm just kidding. I'm not throwing that. But yeah. With that all being said, I'll see you guys in the next video. I appreciate whatever you guys do. So yeah, like the video, subscribe, whatever the hell. If you don't want to do that, share it around with people you think would enjoy this. And with that all being said, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for your time, and I appreciate what you guys do for me. See ya!